Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and Idubbbz and obviously H3 are in the news for today because we're gonna start off with Idubbbz, right? He slacking on the stream schedule again. All right, he hasn't streamed in 3 days now. Chat, we need a little fix. All right, we need a little fix. I'm like a little tweaker. We need our Idubbbz clips out here. My bills need to be paid. Yesterday's videos flopped so hard where I need myself a W. But we do have some Idubbbz news for today, even though he hasn't been streaming lately, nor has Anisa even streamed yet. I thought she was supposed to be, the one that wanted to stream, not Idubbbz, but alright. So, if you guys don't know, Anisa and Idubbbz moved to Canada, alright? They said for some reason they moved from one of the most expensive states in the United States to one of the most expensive countries in the world. Don't tell me how that makes sense. I don't know either, chat. They could have went to Mississippi and stayed within the borders of the U.S. But I guess there's opportunities out there in Canada that are not available in the U.S. to these two. Streaming opportunities at that, alright? Because that's essentially all Idubbbz has been doing. Well, other than the past 3 days. But for some reason, instead of them waiting to sell their house and then moving, for some reason they already moved to Canada without even selling their house. Unlike the fishbowl, we're up in this bitch forever, boys. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and also leave a comment, to stay within the fishbowl because the algorithm needs your attention. And this is the only way you can stay within this region of it. But, let's get back to the video. Now, chat, I kind of want to show you the house, but also I'm like, I don't know if I can. I'm like, it's kind of like that iffy territory. So I'll just describe it for you guys. It is a 1,500 square foot, yes, house in, well, I don't even want to know, say the state. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't even want to say it because I don't know how the whole doxing with YouTube works. I'm not trying to get another community guideline strike. I'm trying to be a good boy here. But essentially, they have this 1,500 square foot house in a very, very expensive state. And right now, that state is kind of seeing a crisis in the sense of people can't buy the house. It's not that people don't want it. People can't buy it because it is too expensive for what you will get out of it. I'm like, boys, 1,500 square foot house, you're probably thinking like, what could it be? 100, 200,000? 1,500 square feet is not a lot when you think about it. Like, yeah, a house, but I'm like, for the price that I'm about to tell you, motherfucker, you can move literally 2 states down and get yourself a nice 4,500 square foot, if not 5,000 square foot mansion, or I guess McMansion at that point. But these motherfuckers wanted over $1.2 million for the house. Again, the house did look nice. I'm not going to be sitting here acting like it was the ugliest thing in the world, but trust me. The way it looked, it did not look 1.2 million. All right, we can just cut the square footage out of the equation. If I was a multi-millionaire wanting to move to this city, no, it would have just been a no. I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty for a $200,000 house for a brokey, not for someone of a millionaire status. But to describe the house, imagine a cube. All right, and I'll put the little triangle roof on the cube. And then imagine what like an average ranch style house siding looks like. It is literally a little cube with little like, I don't know what you call like the side. I guess it's just siding. It has a little, porch, little wood steps. All right. It is your average home that probably would have been like $10,000 back in 1993. It's nothing that you're gonna be bragging about, all right? I mean, like, legitimately, even if you did buy it for $1.2 million, you should probably feel shame because you have to realize, I'm never gonna get my money out of this. Because who's gonna buy it after you? Because it is literally just unfeasible. You can take that 1.2 million, put it in a nice little, high yield savings or something, and you have your regular day job, just pay for an apartment. You could pay $2 to $3K for probably a larger apartment in this city. So obviously, with no one trying to pay 1.2 million for this damn house, the price started dropping. the price started dropping. All right. They started off with 25K fine. 1.2 million is too much. Still sat on the, listing. They're like, fine. They recently said fine again. All right. And they cut it again down to $1 million. All right. They said, fuck it. At least let us go even. Let us go even on this buy. Please, someone take it. Now, if you guys don't understand how retarded this purchase is, even as a multi-millionaire YouTuber, as you know, Idubbbz, I guess was, it seems like he's losing that money. It seems like that house was not a good investment. Where he lived just made no sense. It was in literally one of the most expensive places in America, but yet he has nowhere to go, right? Like, yes, the city is there, but he doesn't do any kind of business in that city. Nor does it seem like the money that he was earning from YouTube really was able to pay for this house. So I'm just sitting here like, why did you move here? You had no business in the city. On top of that, the house you bought was in an, it was a desirable location, I guess. But like, as you can see, the price was just too high. On top of that, the money you was earning was good, but also you had to make sure that you was going to continue earning that money. And with his upload schedule, it is not looking good. Because I'm not saying that the man is a brokey. Like, he invested a lot of time into his YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel literally is a money printing factory. But for some reason, he refuses to upload, and now he streams sometimes on Twitch for significantly less money than it would take for him to make a YouTube video. He can literally just make a YouTube video of him crying, and it would get legitimately more views and money than his 6-hour streams. I'm pretty sure he has 200 subs? Well, actually, his last stream, he only had 133 subs. So that would literally make it to where he only earns around $332 a month if he ends off the month with 133 subs from Twitch. And I guess the 50 cents he'll get off of ad revenue, because 200 viewers, that's a lot of viewers, but trust me, you need a lot more viewers than that to make any good money off of Twitch ads. Trust me, I don't know. Unless he's literally just spamming the ad button just repetitively, which, I'm gonna be honest here, boys, whenever I go live, please just join the Twitch channel. You don't even need to keep the Twitch tab up. I just want to spam the Twitch with ads. I just want to spam it, see how much money I can get if I just spam it every 5 minutes. We need to do that experiment next stream this Sunday at around 11 a.m. is whenever I usually start. Between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. It's usually a time whenever I start, whenever I upload the video for today. But yeah, unless Idubbbz is legitimately out here just spamming ads, which I don't think he is. He doesn't seem like that kind of person. He's probably not really making much on Twitch compared to just uploading one video a month on his YouTube channel. Legitimately, one video on his YouTube channel probably brings in between 700 to 3K a month, depending on the views. Now, I'm not saying streaming in general isn't a lucrative, little tactic for content creators, but for someone with an inconsistent schedule in general, just not even uploading, but just creating content in general, like Idubbbz, streaming every 2 to 3 days really doesn't do shit. It legitimately doesn't do shit to help you out in your content creation career, especially if you want to switch from being a YouTuber to a streamer. You legit have to stream daily. You have to stream every single day. But Idubbbz never was a daily content creator in general. He never created any kind of content daily ever. The man has had, a couple days to a week long to, now multiple months. And I'm pretty sure even year or 2 year long breaks between uploading. So it's not like he has stable income in general. I'm assuming / hoping he actually saved a vast majority of the money that he made off of YouTube in some kind of savings account or retirement fund. After seeing that $1.2 million house, I really don't know, Chad. I really don't know. There's a little part of me that's still hoping that Idubbbz, there's some part of him that was smart enough to make sure he's not on the streets begging for dollars. But continuing on, H3H3 has been an Idubbbz stream viewer as well. All right, this man's been watching Idubbbz stream as well, and he put on his Instagram account one clip of Idubbbz basically explaining how he used to enjoy hate watch. He can't do it anymore. He can't hate watch anymore. Who would hate watch? It's a very bad thing. He doesn't understand hate watchers, even though he, from what he says, was a hate watcher. But I guess now that the shoe is on the other foot, I can't understand people who do that. Oh, just look at this clip.
Like, a perfect example is like hate watching things. Like, there are some people who obviously hate watch me. I have hate watched some people in the past. And I think it stems from this, like, kind of, I don't know, just like you have this association where your, like, entertainment needs to be, like, super critical. It can't just make you laugh or make you happy. Like, you need to be, like, I don't know, maybe either experiencing some sort of, like, suffering or you need to do it so that it makes you feel better about yourself. And as soon as I realized that was like it's not really reflective of how I want to be, and consuming so much content that I, like, hate, don't like, whatever, like, didn't make me happier.
Armchair psychologist over there. I was watching something that I hated, and for some reason, I wasn't happy about it. Really. It seems like he wasn't hate watching the right way, alright? Well, at one point he was, whenever he was actually making videos and money off of things that he hate watched. But now he hate watched for free. He been doing it for too many years. He realized, damn, I stopped making money off of this shit. It's just not fun anymore. I hate watching people and being critical about them in my spare time. Now, honestly, I would love to give Idubbbz, Ian Jomha, Anisa Jomha's wife. I would love to give him the benefit of the doubt of saying, well, at least he's turning over a new leaf and he's going to be creating better content. But, boys, we already were critical of his latest video. He continues to hate watch. He just calls it something else at this point. He calls it, I don't know, critical analysis. Well, in that video, he called it Idubbbz Complains. Brother, you watched on your TikTok, compiled it into a video, and complained about it. You legit hate watched something so much to where you had to make a video about it. Nothing changed other than the name you gave the thing that you were already doing for several years before. Like, boys, if you guys haven't seen that video, top right hand corner, this man legitimately was just hate watching people for a video, and now he wants that, like, oh no, who would do that? Immature. We need to learn to grow up, boys. Who would do this in the year of our Lord 2025? But obviously, in that Instagram post, H3 Productions, Ethan Klein had to tell him, don't think too hard there, champ, because that boy was just rattling that brain. Words were coming out, but they were not sticking, alright? The puzzle pieces were not connecting. He was trying his best to make it seem like, oh yes, I have grown and matured. Unlike the people who hate watched me, I would never do any of that same shit to anyone else that I dislike. As he does that same shit that he dislikes to other people. I'm like, literally, at the end of that Idubbbz complaint video, he was taking shots at Ethan Klein, comparing him to vile, disgusting people, because Ethan Klein is rightfully suing people for infringing on his copyright. Brother was trying to make sure that Dims Frogan and Casey Tron were reaching their goals, which they still haven't, by the way. We'll get into that later on. We'll have to do a little leaderboard to see what the Idubbbz effect was. But this man was hate watching so hard. He was hate watching Ethan Klein so hard to where he was just like, I have to insert myself into this drama that has nothing to do with him at all, to try his best to put his thumbs on the scale, to try his best to help out the 3 copyright infringers. Well, allegedly. Alright, allegedly. Now let's go ahead and look over these GoFundMes. Alright, let's see where they got to. Alright, because they still got a ways to go before hitting their goal, and even if they do hit their goal, it's not like it's pretty gonna compared to the millions of dollars that H3 has. But let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Let's have some hope here. Let's get some hopium for Idubb's sake, because he invested $420, nice, into all three of them, totaling up to $1,260 he spent on their GoFundMe's in general. I want to be honest here, brother. Right now, you're kind of in a crisis. You can't sell your $1 million, well, it was $1.2 million house after you did, your renovations and shit onto it. But you can't even sell your $1.2 million house for a profit or even. So I'm just saying here, my guy, maybe you should start saving a little money. This is not a good use of your financials. But continuing on with the leaderboard we have here, alright. Idubbbz, she finally hit that 40K, alright. That video with over 300,000 viewers gained her like $2,000. But hey man, something is better than nothing. But it seems like a majority of that money was the $420 from Idubbbz. He really didn't push the needle that far. But let's move on to Casey Tron. Alright, she's already at $44,000. I'm still surprised that she is leading the pack here. I'm just saying it. Idubbbz is showing that just because you're the pretty one does not mean you're gonna be the wealthiest one. But also, it's not like her money has been moving at all. She went up like literally a couple $100. Like literally the 420 that Idubbbz gave her was a majority, like 99% of the money that she went up. So it's not like she went anywhere. It's just that the other two are so far behind to where it's just not feasible that they're gonna get to their goals at all. But continuing on, we gotta get up to the girl Frogan, the one that's been basically trying her best to avoid getting any clips or anything out there, alright? She's the one that's been avoiding this drama the most. She seemingly went up only $1,000, still good, $1,000 in a week's worth of doing fuck all. That's a good amount of money, but it seems like hers is like the most unrealistic, because remember, she, unlike the other two, she needed $200,000. She weighs twice as much and needs twice as much. And she thought that other 100K was probably gonna go towards her food. Alright, getting a new Smeg fridge. We took that in last stream, boys. That was so funny. Getting herself a new fridge and everything, but it seems like her dreams have died. Alright, she has the most unrealistic dreams, and I'm assuming everyone can see that she's really trying to do a scam, because they're being the least charitable towards her. But that's gonna round up today's leaderboard. Alright, boys, somehow, even without barely getting any extra money, Casey Tron is still on top of the pack. I'll see you boys in the next one. Let's get back to this man, Idubbbz, crying about people hate watching him. So, my man, if you want to stop people from hate watching you, maybe you should just, I don't know, stop hate watching others. I'm just saying, it could be like this mastermind thing of, hey, if I want people to stop hate watching me, maybe I should just stop hate watching others. Maybe if I do make content, it should be positive content. It should be content like, I don't know, start doing science experiments. Something, my guy. But what happened to the documentaries? For some reason, he doesn't want to make documentaries anymore. I don't know if they take too long. This may take year-long breaks from YouTube, so I don't know what is too long for him. Like, he doesn't want to do nothing anymore. Now he wants to stream, but no one really wants to watch his streams outside of the, farmers, essentially, the good men and women who go in there and they just farm up the slop so I can just serve it to you on a silver platter, boys. And it seems like he's not earning much from it. So something tells me after this month, he's probably going to either slow down or just stop in general on streaming, because it wasn't viable. But instead of him streaming daily, like he should, to generate any kind of hype for himself, so people can know, hey, I need to come back and watch this person every single day, and have a reliable schedule for people to come back to watch, he'd rather sparsely stream, which is the most ineffective way to stream at all. Only the top 0.00001% of streamers can sparsely stream and still have their same viewers come back every time they do. It is not a viable thing for any streamer of almost any level to sparsely stream. I'll stream this week, maybe once or twice in November. I'll stream 3 times in October. Right? You can't do that as a streamer or even as a content creator in general. On top of that, he's not even creating like TikToks, YouTube Shorts. These are key things for streamers that he refuses to make. And I mean, absolutely refuses to make. I don't understand why. He creates so much content while streaming and uses none of it. So instead of him taking the days where he's not streaming and continue to create content on other platforms that could come back to his streams, he just fucked off for like a full 2-3 days to a week. So I'm just like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Streaming is like the most intensive kind of content creation because you have to be there at some point in someone's face at all times of the hour. Like as a YouTuber, you can literally just upload once or twice a day, and that's it, right? I take like 3 to 4 hours out of my day, 6 hours sometimes, to create a video for you guys. Then I go on with the rest of my day, right? I can do whatever else I want to do with the day. For streamers, you have to stream for like 3 to 4 to 6 to 8 hours a day. On top of that, you have to also take that time to create shorts and TikToks and also YouTube clips and videos, as well as continuing to somehow stick to a schedule. A lot of people say streamers are lazy. Whenever it comes down to like an extremely big streamer, like, I don't know, like Your Rage or Kai Cenat or Aiden Ross or XQC, yeah, they can be lazy. But like an up-and-coming streamer, whenever you're doing all of this yourself, it is a lot. It is very intensive. But on top of that, one of the greatest things for streamers that every streamer will tell you that you need to do if you want to grow as fast as possible as a streamer is you need to collaborate with other streamers. Now, unless you have like 500 to 1,000 viewers, it's about them there, if not just impossible to collaborate with any amount of, streamers that will do anything for your career. I will be honest, I'm just telling you from a person that does not have that kind of following on like Twitch or YouTube. We get like 100 viewers every once in a while. That's cool and all, but like unless you have like 500 to 1,000 viewers, it's impossible to get any kind of collaboration going. It's just impossible. Unless some random big streamer just wants to do something for small streamers, it's just impossible. But the thing about it is, if you have a huge YouTube channel, like Idubbbz does, it's pretty easy. You can just be like, yo, I'm just going to create stream highlights. Why does he just not create stream highlights for his channel? It makes no sense not to. It just generates money, and if he's already streaming, that's free promotion for your stream. And then one last thing I want to add to this is, why is he not streaming with Hassan? Why is he not streaming with Denims? Why is he not streaming with Caseytron? I understand why he's not streaming with Frogan. That bitch ain't got no viewers. Why is he not streaming with Mike from PA? Why is he not streaming with any of these people? He is a huge YouTuber. This man is literally out here for some reason running defense for all of these people that for some reason never mention him. They never collaborate with him. They're not helping him at all. Denims isn't giving this man a raid whenever she goes offline and he comes online. This man is just out here on his own, streaming by himself. And I'm just sitting here like, you have tens of thousands of people you could potentially reach by just going on to like Hassan Piker's stream, onto Denim's stream, onto Casey's Tron stream, onto all these other BreadTuber streams, and just siphoning viewers from them while you're streaming. But for some reason, he just refuses to do that. It just feels like / seems like they dropped Idubbbz just like how Hank is dropping Johnny Somali as a friend. Boys, click this video right here to find out how devastating is this relationship between those two. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.